Hey, man, let's keep talking. Keep the applause going.
Yeah.
This is Black History Year.
Yes.
I won't limit it to a month.
Come on.
We've been here for centuries helping to build this country into what it is today. But give this man a round of applause. Lanny Smith and his lovely partner, the co-founders of Actively Black.
Yes.
Right? Turn this mic. There
Turn
you
your
go.
mic on.
There you go.
Check.
Okay, there you go. Toussaint is here as well.
Yes.
Let me give you, he's the founder of Actively Black. Black was a premium athleisure wear brand. He launched it in 2020 to uplift and reinvest in the black community. In less than 5 years, Heather B.
Yeah.
Actively Black has grown exponentially, earning recognition as one of the fastest growing athleisure brands and black-owned brands in America.
Wow.
It has generated over $30 million in revenue, solidifying its place as a cultural and business force. He's actively inside of the black ecosystem. He has a full apparel line called Harvest Collection, was made with cotton grown by black farmers.
Yes.
Further reinforcing the brand's mission of economic circulation within the community. Actively Black is positioned to scale into a generational global black-owned powerhouse brand. We have this man here, Lanny Smith. He started off as an NBA player. He could still play if he wanted to, but he got injured in his rookie season. His knee went out, right?
I wish. I tore the articular cartilage in my left knee, man, had 2 microfracture surgeries. So I actually tore my knee up 33 days after signing my first NBA contract. My career was over with.
Just like that.
Yeah. A teammate fell into my left knee, tore the articular cartilage, had 2 microfracture surgeries. I signed with the Sacramento Kings in 2009.
Yeah.
And, it was a wrap, man.
That was it? No, was it any guarantees in the contract?
Nah, I had a non-guaranteed contract, too, as an undrafted free agent. So, I was back home, living with my mother as a grown man after just being in the NBA. You know what I mean?
For 33 days.
Yeah. The dream that I worked for my entire life since I was 4 or 5 years old, I knew I didn't want to do anything else other than play in the NBA. And so that's what I worked for my entire life. And so it was one of those moments that, I went through everything you could think of, the depression, the identity crisis of trying to figure out what am I going to do next with my life? Who am I without this game of basketball? And so, man, I've been blessed to make this transition so much so that the NBA for the last several years has paid me to come speak to players about transitioning into life after basketball. I speak at the rookie transition program, all those things. So, yeah.
Transition to speak about transition life after basketball. The man had 33 days.
Man.
They say you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans.
Man.
Right?
Man.
You had a plan, and it was there. You achieved your goal.
Yeah.
You made it to the NBA.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Man.
Come on, man. We
Yep.
got to applaud
Man.
that.
The journey.
Right?
The journey.
You
That's
made
journey.
it.
It's lottery ticket chances, man. It's
Yeah.
it's 450 jobs. A lot of people don't understand this. It's 450 jobs in the NBA. It's millions of kids trying to get there. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? And so I feel blessed that I was able to touch that dream for sure, because it's a lot of people who dream that dream and never even get that opportunity. You know what I mean? So I feel blessed for sure.
Lanny Smith is here. Actively Black is the name of the brand.
Yes.
Go to activelyblack.com. They got some of the
Please.
best quality gear you're going to find. Very creative, very intentional.
Yes.
Very intentional. When you were laid up in your mom's house and your brain was just full of chaos and indecision and just not
Fear. Yeah.
like what was going to happen, who were some of the people you leaned on, and what was being said to you to get you back on your feet?
Shout out to my mom. Shout out to Alfreda Smith. She is I grew up with a superhero in my home, and that was my mother. You got to understand, my grandparents, her parents, had to stop school in the 4th grade to pick cotton. They were sharecroppers.
Wow.
So her parents, my grandparents, stopped school in the 4th grade to go pick cotton. My mother was the first in the family to graduate high school, to go to college. She became a computer programmer, became one of the top computer programmers in the state of Texas. She moved from Louisiana to Texas. So think about this. A black woman in the early 80s as a computer programmer, one of the top computer programmers in the South, in Texas, right? So you seen that movie Hidden Figures?
Yeah,
Yeah, of
absolutely.
course.
Taraji P. Henson on it. Yeah.
Them doing that computer programming, that's what my mother was doing. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And so to think about what she, my mother integrated school. So it's like to think about what she's been able to accomplish. I've never had any limits on my dreams.
Yeah.
I saw what she did, and so she poured into me, and she's always believed in me and whatever I've chosen to do. She's actually the 3rd full-time member of the Actively Black staff. So
Wow.
my mother works
Shout
with us
out
for
to
Actively
Mom.
Black.
Shout out to your mother.
Mama Smith. Yes.
You know, I'm a go straight to the carrot, and then I'm gonna let HB jump in because you may not even heard of Actively Black yet. I say yet.
Yeah.
A lot of people are wearing it. It's seeping into the atmosphere, into the zeitgeist in a very organic way.
Yeah.
But Actively Black has now, citizens. Here's the part: the man had nothing. He didn't have he had his mother. He had more than nothing.
Yeah.
But monetarily, he didn't have the money, the backing to do what he has been able to produce to this date. But somehow he figured it out.
Yeah.
Actively Black has generated over $30 million in revenue in the last 5 years. Get at a round of applause. The last 5 years. So we're talking 2020 to now.
Hugely
That's through the
impressive.
COVID years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we launched in the pandemic.
You
Yeah.
launched in the pandemic.
Yeah.
Can you recall some key business decisions
Yeah.
that helped accelerate that level of growth so quickly?
Yeah. First and foremost, knowing your audience,
Okay.
right? A lot of entrepreneurs will spend a lot of time building a product, building their idea, and then they go try to find an audience to sell that product to. I had the first brand I actually launched was called Active Faith. That was the first thing that I launched right after the injury. Steph Curry and Anthony Tolliver, actually my partners in that brand, and it was the first faith-based sports apparel brand of its kind. And what I learned through building that brand was the power of serving your niche audience. You super serving your niche audience. You're not competing with trying to be everything to everybody. You are what you need to be for your audience.
Okay.
And so, I had a lot of issues with that first brand, hiding myself from the public really knowing I was the founder, because I'd say 65 to 70% of my customers for that brand were white evangelical Christian, which in this country could be synonymous with racist. And that there was a lot of internal conflict because my parents raised me to be proud of my blackness, proud of my culture, proud of who I am. And so I thought to myself, if I could make a brand for the faith-based community in that way, can I do that for my people, for black people? And so the first thing is understanding your audience, your core audience. And if you can make something where your audience sees themselves in your product, in your brand, then you don't have to really do as much selling because the audience sees themselves in it. Man, I've had people hit me up and they're like, yo, I got this T-shirt idea. We're going to make $1 million. And it'll be something that may mean something to them personally, but they're not thinking about, okay, does this resonate with an audience beyond myself, beyond my family and my friends and my neighborhood? Are other people going to resonate with this message? And that's what I try to tell entrepreneurs is, man, you may have a great idea that you think is amazing, but do the research and figure out what is the size of my audience. Are they going to resonate with this product, with this message, what it stands for? That's what I would advise a lot of people to do, man, when starting out.
Well, even right now, when you look at some of the social climate, by the way, that's incredible. Know your audience, be intentional, service that niche audience. You're proud, you're actively black and proud, and there seems to be a anti DEI sentiment in our society today. People, they hear diversity, equity, and inclusion, and they balk at it. Why would we want to be diverse and include people and treat folks like equal? I don't know what that is, but I would imagine that would make it give you even more challenges with a company called Actively Black.
So,
what are those challenges?
So for me, not really.
Okay.
And it's actually the opposite effect. So when I first launched Actively Black, I had a lot of black people telling me, if you name this Actively Black, it's not going to be successful. I had black executives telling me, do not name this company Actively Black.
Wow.
That's how deep this fear of us just standing in our own, our own skin and our own truth. Yeah. Because a lot of us have bought into the lie that we have to assimilate and play small in order to move up in the world, right? I hate to bring this up because I understand the virality of the moment, but when you had that interview with Kanye and you told him, why don't you do it yourself, you really did have the answers. He said, you ain't got the answer, Sway. You really did have the answer because we create what's cool for the entire world anyway.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We influence what everybody wants to buy and wants to wear and do anyway. So why don't we own any of that and build any of that ourselves? So my thought process was, instead of us asking for a seat at the table, let's just build our own table. You know what I mean? And in 2020, after the murder of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor and Ahmaud Arbery, I saw a lot of these brands make performative declarations about what they was going to do for the black community.
Yeah.
And it felt performative. It felt like it was just part of a marketing strategy. And that's when I was like, man, there's a McKinsey report that came out and says black people right now, today, we spend between $30 to $40 billion annually on clothes and shoes. That's what we are spending, $30 to $40 billion annually. So we're continuing to generate wealth for other people, but not ourselves. So why don't we own any of what we're building? You know what I'm saying? And so what's actually happened with all the anti-DEI and all that kind of stuff is it's drawn a line now. We used to be able to toe that line. Now it's drawn the line to where there are black people who once thought, who were afraid to wear actively black, where they're like, man, they're going to treat me like this anyway. I might as well be proud of who I am. And they're looking for something like actively black, because we're not going to be in the mainstream. We're not going to be carried in none of the big retailer stores. But the power of the internet, being able to get directly to my consumer, social media, we don't need anybody else for us to build what we need to build for ourselves.
I love it, man. Lanny Smith, man. Y'all go to activelyblack.com. You could, man, what is your Instagram? What is that? L.Smith23?
Yeah, man, that's a basketball player. You can tell I ain't changed it. That's my personal L.Smith23, but the brand is actively black for sure.
I'm glad you said that, because the reason why I wear your brand, before I even knew who it was, we had it in the office. We got some that arrived in the office. I don't know how it got there. Okay.
Segue. Clear it up. Go
Not
ahead.
sure how that was
statement.
just there, but I don't know how it was in my office, but it was there. And I wore it because it said actively black. I don't have to say it.
Exactly. And you're gonna find your tribe. That's the thing about finding your niche audience is your tribe will find you if you are authentically yourself. And the people who rock with it gonna rock with it. And that's how the tribe has been feeling, man. The testimonies I get of people in the airport, and they see a complete stranger wearing actively black, and they're like, oh, you part of the tribe. And it forms that bond. So the thing is, we're not really building an apparel brand at all. The clothes are just a uniform for the movement. This is just really what I'm using to build this tribe. Then we get to super serve our audience in all the different ways outside of just clothing. You know what I'm saying? So that unity of what we're creating is really the purpose and the mission. And
he doesn't just talk it, he walks it too. I mentioned that he did a full apparel line made with cotton grown by black farmers, which I think is incredible, the Harvest Collection. And it was Heather B that brought actively black into the building.
Shout out to her.
All right, cool. Let me take a caller.
Wow.
All right, we got Jermaine on the line from North Carolina.
What up, man? The hate.
Hey, Jermaine.
You see?
Jermaine, what up, man? What do you think of this story, Jermaine?
Hey, man, listen, the story is wonderful, man. I remember when I got flooded with all the algorithm of Actively Black coming up on, like, all my social medias. They're doing a phenomenal job of keeping themselves out there like that. Big ups to the whole crew out there. They just got that going on, man. And my personal story, man, is, brother, at first I was skeptical because, like, there was a lot of companies coming out. But, brother, I love what y'all are doing. I had an order. One of the items didn't fit. Took it back, dropped it off real quick. My order's already on its way again, the upsize of it. I was like, God, man, this is so easy. So don't be fearing this, man. This company is legit. Y'all need to get behind this. Take it from somebody who's just not some random customer. And I'm telling you, trust in these guys, man. They got a good quality product. And, man, I just love everything that you guys are doing, man, for real.
Appreciate you for being part of the tribe, man.
Jermaine, you're a super citizen, man.
A sway in the morning.
Yo, see, he gets it. Yeah, Lanny gets it. Appreciate you for being a part of the tribe. That's how we do our citizenship.
Absolutely.
You a citizen.
A sway in the morning.
Lanny must be listening to the show. All right, we got Mika on the line from Dallas. Mika, what up?
Hey, what up, Mika?
What's up, family? What's up, family? Hey, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to run it down for you. Next to my sway in the morning hoodie in my closet, I have the Black Panther Wakanda Forever series. I have the hip hop, hoodie. I have the Malcolm X By Any Means Necessary hoodie. I have the Black 365 hoodie. I have the Until We Are Free Black Flag hoodie. I have the Cool Runnings hoodie. I have for my kids, I have the We Are the Future hoodie. I have the socks. So let me tell you, I don't even wear Nike anymore. Not only am I a citizen, I'm also a tribe member. So I love it. I love it. Keep doing what you're doing. All my kids say, why you got all these hoodies? And I said, because before we support Nike, Adidas, they ain't thinking about us. Actively Black is who we are, and so we support our people. So keep doing what you're doing. And again, I love everything. The quality is great. Again, one side of my closet is all hoodies from Actively Black, the hoodies and the sweats. So keep doing, and I love your story.
Queen, thank you so much.
Wow.
I appreciate you.
Wow.
I appreciate you. Man.
Wow, you're getting love right now, man. Mika, thank you. Mika in Dallas, you a citizen.
That's why in the
we
morning.
went from North Carolina to Dallas. Now we in L.A. We got Narvin on the line. Go
what
ahead,
up, Narvin?
Narvin.
Hey, guys, what's up? How you doing?
Excellent, man. Say what's up to Lanny Smith.
For 100%, I want to, man. I ran into Lanny Smith, man. Lanny, what's up, man? We worked with Richard Lou Dennis on the show, man, and you happened to show up at the house, man. And of course, I had on Actively Black, man. And you are a real stand-up dude, man. And I love what you're doing with the brand, for sure, man. Love the quality of the stuff. I've been rocking it way before I met you, man. And then I didn't even realize that, you and Richard Lou were working together. So praise to you, man, for sure, man. That's all. I just wanted to give you your flowers.
No, I really appreciate that, man. Man.
Wow, man.
Love is real,
it's
man.
like your life up here, man.
Wow.
You're a citizen, Narvin.
That's why in the morning.
You partnered up with the Muhammad Ali estate, Tupac Shakur, Marvel, Disney, Bob Marley. How do you decide when you want to make a collaboration?
Yeah.
And then have you gotten any protests from anybody you reached out to?
Nah, I mean, man, when it started, man, I'm a big believer in writing down your vision.
Yeah.
And when I was writing down, like, for Actively Black, for a brand like this, dead or alive, like, who would be the people that would embody what this brand would represent? Man, those names that you listed, man, I wrote all those names down.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Like a vision board.
Yeah, 1,000%. And so the crazy part is that first major collab that we did with Wakanda Forever, man, I got to shout out Daymond John, man, founder of FUBU. Daymond John reached out to me, and he said, yo, I want to do a FUBU collab. And I was like, man, I grew up wearing FUBU. That was everything to me. He flew out to L.A. to meet with me. Daymond walks into the meeting wearing an Actively Black hoodie.
Wow.
And I was like trying to keep my cool, but in my mind, I'm like, yo, the founder of FUBU was wearing my hoodie. You know what I'm saying? And we sat down, talked about it, got all the business straight with the FUBU Actively Black collab, and he asked, what else are you working on? I showed him a deck of what a Black Panther Actively Black collab would look like, just because the movie in 2018 was something that really was an inspiration for me. It's part of what inspired Actively Black, right? Daymond John picked up the phone in the middle of the meeting. He called the head of licensing for Marvel and Disney, and he said, y'all need to see what I just saw just now. 2 days later, I'm in a meeting with the head of licensing for Marvel and Disney, showing them this deck, and they pushed this through for us to get the official collaboration for Wakanda Forever.
Wow.
And so shout out to Daymond, man, because a lot of people, the stereotype is that black people don't work together. We don't help each other.
Yeah.
That black man picked up the phone for me in the middle of that meeting and made that call, and that's how that first collab happened. And from that, because of the way we executed in excellence, which is also important, you got to execute in excellence.
What do you mean by that?
You've heard multiple people and yourselves talk about quality, right? One of the things that was so important to me, I didn't want anybody to feel like if they bought black owned, they had to sacrifice quality.
Yeah.
So I spent months and months, and I invested money in making sure we were using the best athleisure fabrics. Everything that we make is cut and sewn from scratch with our manufacturer. There's nothing that we're not buying blanks and printing on them. Like, this is real deal quality. Because I didn't want anybody to say, this is why I don't buy black owned. Because I got to sacrifice quality. This feels just like your Nike or your Lululemon or your Jordan or anything else. And so breaking those stereotypes, when Marvel and Disney saw that, oh, they're the real deal, and they came through and they executed, it opened up the doors for the rest of the collabs that came through from that particular. So that's how we got the Star Wars.
Yeah,
that's how we got the rest of them because of that. And then Muhammad Ali's wife, she actually saw us because of the Black Panther collab, and she reached out and she said, "My husband, we've done collabs with everybody." But everybody focuses on float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. My husband stood for so much more outside of the ring.
Right.
Yeah.
I believe Actively Black can represent that in a way nobody else can. And so then they started coming. Bob Marley's family reached out before the One Love movie. Dr. Ilyasa Shabazz and the Malcolm X family.
Wow.
Dr. Bernice King and Martin Luther King's family. These are pillars in Black culture. Tupac Shakur. Like, if you could put up a Mount Rushmore for our culture, they would all be up there, and we've been blessed to be able to work with those families in the States for these collaborations.
Lanny Smith is here, Actively Black. Go on the site now, activelyblack.com. Heather B, you want to jump in?
Yes, thank you, Lanny. Thank you to your wife. I was blessed to meet both of them, Sway. I came back to work so excited because I was out hanging out with Rada, my good friend Rada Prime, who's a artist, actress. And we went to a party at Macro. I just happened to be hanging out. And it's funny what social media can do sometimes because we know the dangers of it, but there's so many benefits. And I'm like, I'm new to LA. I need to just get some fly T-shirts. And so I kind of just put in Black designers. And you popped up. And this amazing story about Black cotton, the farmers, you know. And I went to the site and it was sold out. And I was like, dag, now this is something that I would have purchased. 24 hours later, I go to this party and he's wearing a T-shirt. So I'm like, hey, you, come here. It was so
you was
rude.
harassing him.
That was Jersey.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
All
bad.
right. I'm sorry.
Where you get that T-shirt from? I'm trying to buy that and I can't get it. He was like, have it be. It's mine.
Right.
I was like, what? I was like, I need this. And it was just such a beautiful and organic moment.
Yeah.
And I felt your faith. I felt your faith, if that makes any sense to you, because I was like, this is not by accident. There's no way. You could have been walking. This place was huge.
Yeah,
and you could have been walking by any place, but we connected, me, you, and your wife, and you gave your word. You talk about execute with excellence. I'm going to send you guys some stuff, and you did that, and with pride. And I think from my husband to Sway to PB here and everybody, we have all spoken about not just the messaging, but the quality of this. Like, it is unbelievable. And so I'm so happy that you're here and you're able to share this. And I would say, ask you, how important is it for entrepreneurs or artists to actually wear their work? Because I would not have known you. You know, it was just, you could have wore anybody that day, but you wore your work, and that's how I knew. How important is that?
Man, it's so important. You know, I'm a walking billboard every single day for my brand. If you don't believe in it enough to rock it with confidence, you can't expect anybody else to believe in it in that way. You know what I'm saying? Even with my social media, you know, there's some people like, man, you post about Actively Black all the time. I'm like, this isn't the other thing is, this wasn't a business that I launched in the way that some entrepreneurs launch their endeavors. This is a purpose-driven, mission-driven thing for me.
Come on.
So I am intertwined into what Actively Black is. It isn't this, yo, let me go create something and make a bunch of money. My co-founder, which, by the way, Bianca Winslow, today is her birthday. So I just want to make sure I shout out the queen.
My sister's birthday, too. My sister celebrated her birthday,
so
B.
it's
birthday,
QEP News'
You ready,
birthday.
B?
Yeah.
And I just have to say this because it's her birthday. She's here. Our son, she's holding our son. He's 2 months old, Toussaint. This Black woman right here, normally this is the setup. I'm normally in front of the camera doing all the talking and everything, but none of this is possible without that Black woman. So I just want to make sure that that we shout her out.
Absolutely.
Man, you got to be. You almost have to have this not just the undeniable faith and belief in it, but this you can't have any fear about putting it out there.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
A lot of people, the fear of failure, the fear of what people think, stops them from putting it out there the way that they should. And it's like, well, how do you expect the world to find out about it if you being quiet about it?
Yeah.
You know what
I
I'm saying?
love it, man.
Yeah.
Lanny Smith is here. And Tracy, you want to get in there?
Yeah, absolutely. Lanny, I'm so glad that you was able to pull up, bro. You are a rebel with a cause. And I really, really, really salute you for using your apparel as just a gateway to the greater mission of Black upliftment throughout the globe. And I love that you have your wife here. I love that your son's name is Toussaint, giving, love to the preeminent leader of the Haitian Revolution. And so everything just ties into your North Star. But I'm wondering on a very granular level for all of the citizens who are on the way to creating their own brand right now. You mentioned how your wife is your co-founder. I believe you mentioned that your beautiful mom is your third hire. Can we talk about that a bit when it comes to employment? Who would you say what are the key roles to consider hiring in the early stages of launching an apparel brand?
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. In the early stages of building it, you ain't going to have no money to hire anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to understand, I know you talked about the top line number, the $30 million in 5 years. Yeah. We weren't able to take a paycheck for the first 3 years. Mm-hmm. We were reinvesting everything back into the growth of the business. So there was no money to even hire anybody. And that's why I know, like, at least with this core group that I have with my lady, with my mother, they're in it for the reasons of we're building something bigger than ourselves. We're building something that we're willing to sacrifice the time and the effort and all that to build. There's a lot of people that are only going to do something if they're getting a check out of it. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about apparel, and I got to keep it real with y'all.
Yeah.
I don't advise anybody to jump into the apparel game because it is treacherous. The failure rate is extremely high. And I'm not saying that to discourage anybody, because I tell the same thing to these kids that want to go to the NBA. I'm just going to be real with you. It's only 450 jobs, right?
Yeah.
If you're not willing to put in the 24 hours a day for years at a time without getting paid, don't jump into this thinking, because a lot of people are comparing what they see on social media. Oh, I got this brand, I'm going to launch this, and then I'm going to be... If you're not willing to sacrifice and not be paid for it, if you're not willing to go into debt for this, don't do it. It's got to mean something more to you than just, oh, I got a fly hoodie idea that I'm gonna put out and thinking you're gonna make $1 million.
Right.
It doesn't happen that way. I promise you it doesn't. I mean, so that groundwork that I had with my core team enabled us to be able to build to this point where now we're in a position where I can start hiring some people. If you're starting out, hiring people should be the last thing that's on your mind. I've had to wear 30 different hats.
Yeah.
Design, update the website, talk to the manufacturer, run the social media. That's the sacrifice that it takes to do this. Yeah.
Well, you've done an excellent job, man. I want to give you a big round of applause.
For real.
MVP, congratulations, Toussaint. He's the heir to all of this.
Yeah.
Lanny, you are Black history.
Yes,
Man.
indeed.
Yes.
You are history walking.
Yes.
What you're doing right now and your purpose that you're in, it's much needed, and it's an inspiration. And I wear your gear because I'm aligned with the way you think.
Amen.
You know, and we're going to support you continuously. We're
100%.
We're going to encourage our audience to support you as well.
Yes, sir.
This is great. This is part one of a series of interviews we like to do
absolutely.
with you, especially surrounding entrepreneurship, right?
Yeah.
And just being steadfast in your beliefs and your faith in yourself, bro. I appreciate you, the way you represent your lady and your baby, your whole entire family. Y'all give it up for the one and only Lanny Smith.
Yes.
ActivelyBlack.com.
Yes,
Get
sir.
your gear. Look at it, man. Go on the website. Get your gear. Get your gear. You might have to get Danny Trejo some gear.
Absolutely.
Danny might want some of this gear, man.
Come on.
We got Danny Trejo coming up, but I want to say, Lanny, thank you for coming by. Anything you want to say in closing?
Man, listen, there's greatness in our DNA, man. I just want our people to really understand that what we are building is something that's bigger than just the apparel. When you see the prices, understand we are reinvesting that money back into our community. There's a lot of these brands that we lend our culture to that don't care nothing about our people, and we willing to put on the Louis and the Gucci and the Lulu and the Nike and everybody else, and these people have been profiting from our culture for decades. It's time for us to build something that we own, that uplifts our people. That's what Actively Black is doing, so I would appreciate your support. Love to the tribe.
Thank you,
Actively
family.
Black.
ActivelyBlack.com.
Wow.
Citizens, go order yours now. Let's
Right
flood
now.
them out.